Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarane Trinadapi Sunichena Tarar Iva Sahishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari Hare Nama Hare Nama Hare Namaiva Kevalam Kalo Nastyeva 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 Gatiranyata. So Krishna Kumar, the system is good? Not too loud? Okay? All right. So today, Krishna Kumar has instructed that we're dedicating the program in memory of Dwarakadisha Das. Yes, Prabhu? So, in this instance, there's this verse in the Bhagavatam. Nashta prayesh avabhadreshu. So, there is a little bit of karma that still you have to finish up. So, it comes to devotees in many ways. Can come in the form of disease, chronic disease, can come in so many ways. So in this case, it's obvious. Krishna, his time was up because everybody has clock. Everybody. So his time was up and Krishna wanted to finish up that last little bit of karma. But according to Leelavati, the doctor said, he had no suffering. It was like that. So the last little bit, he now burnt up. And first of all, it was yesterday, Vamana-deva-katha, auspicious. Today is the celebration of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And how did he pass away? I was there. Devotees were there. We did Nisringa Kavacha, we did Nisringa prayers, we did Mahamantra. Tulsi, dried Tulsi was brought from LA Temple. Garland from Rukmini Dwarkadish was placed. He had tilak on, they put tilak on. He had Kantimal. Rupal put her Nisringa Kavacha, which she had worn. So he passed in very good way. I recited some prayers of Bhishma. I recited some prayers from the Ishopanishad. So we have every reason to believe, like you said, he lived his life as a devotee, right? He took initiation in ISKCON. His Guru Maharaj spoke in his ear just before. He called and spoke in his ear. His Guru Maharaj is coming in a few days. So, from that angle, we can see it is auspicious. Is that all right? All right. So, since yesterday was Vamana-deva-katha, and since we now do Bhagavat Kathas here, we have graduated from Bhagavad Gita, thanks to Krishna Kumar Das. We have studied for so many years. So I found it appropriate that we should do a Vamana-deva-katha. If you're ready to proceed, please repeat. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So first, our invocation is from the Dashavatar Stotram. And Meenakshi Vajrani knows where that Dashavatar Stotram comes from. The introduction to the famous Vaishnava literature, Gita Govinda. And Vamana-deva is the 5th of the 10 incarnations. So let's repeat after me. Chalayasi Vikramane Balim Adbhuta Vamana. Padanakhanira Janita Janapavana. Keshavadrita Vamana Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Bolo. Now I'm going to do 2 different ones. Keshavadrita Trivikrama Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare. One more. Keshavadrita Urukram Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Follow along now. You'll get the most out of it if you follow along. You may not like it, but you'll get the most out of it if you read what I printed out. O Lord Keshava of fine hair, you have accepted the form of the wonderful dwarf Brahmana, and by your massive steps, you deceive King Bali. You also pierced the 7 coverings of the universe with the nails of your lotus feet, and hence the Ganges water that has emanated delivers all living beings within the 3 worlds. So the next 2 verses are actually at the end of this Vamana-katha. So why did I put it at the beginning? To encourage you, to induce you, to enthuse you, why it's to your benefit to hear about Vamana-deva. Ya idam deva devasya harer adbhuta karmanaha avataranucharitam srinvanyati param gitim kriyamane karmanidam daive pitre ta manushe yatra yatra no kirtyeta tatesham sukritam vidu. This is Shukadev at the end of this katha. If one hears about the uncommon activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his various incarnations, one is certainly elevated to the higher planetary system, or even brought back to Godhead. Whenever the activities of Vamana-deva are described in the course of a ritualistic ceremony, whether the ceremony be performed to please demigods, to please forefathers in Pitruloka, or to celebrate a social event like a marriage, that ceremony should be understood to be extremely auspicious. So, we are doing Sankirtan, so it is most extremely auspicious. So what I have printed out are Prabhupada's chapter summaries that he wrote in Bhagavatam. Starting with the 5th canto, Prabhupada started writing chapter summaries. For some reason, why he started with Canto 5, I don't know. But from Canto 5, he wrote chapter summaries. If you follow along, and I will fill in necessary details. So chapter 15 of the 8th canto, Bali Maharaj conquers the heavenly planets. This chapter describes how Bali, after performing the Vishvajit Yajna, received the benediction of a chariot and various kinds of paraphernalia for war with which he attacked the King of Heaven. All the demigods, being afraid of Bali, left the heavenly planets and went away, following the instructions of their guru. Maharaj Parikshit wanted to understand how Vamana-deva, on the plea of taking 3 paces of land from Bali Maharaj, took everything away from him and arrested him. Shukadeva Goswami responded to this inquiry with the following explanation. In the fight between the demons and the demigods, as described in the 11th chapter of this 8th canto, Bali was defeated and he died in the fight. But by the grace of Shukracharya, Bali regained his life. So my question is, where is that kind of guru now? We don't have such gurus at the present moment. But just see, Shukracharya is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. He's known there as Ushana, the great thinker. So he represents one of Krishna's vibhutis or opulences. So here's one. He knows how to bring someone back from the dead. Wow. If that person was present today, there'd be a line for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles. And he's the guru of the demons. So just see, even the demons have a guru. And still people say, I don't need guru. But the demons, they know we should have a guru. Thus he engaged himself in the service of Shukracharya, his spiritual master. The descendants of Bhrigu, being pleased with Bali, engaged him in the Vishvajit Yajna. When this yajna was performed, from the fire of yajna came a chariot, horses, a flag, a bow, armor, and 2 quivers of arrows. So here's another. This is why in Kali Yuga, yajna, homa, is not recommended. We do so many homas. What comes out? Ash. Look what happened in this yajna. What came out of the yajna. So that's why Lord Chaitanya says, in Kali Yuga, you don't have that kind of Brahmin with that potency who can do like this. Therefore, what is the only recommended sacrifice in the age of Kali? Harinama Sankirtan. Which kind of kirtan? Hari kirtan. Not any other kind of manufactured kirtan. Kirtan means Hari kirtan. Maharaj Prahlad, Bali Maharaj's grandfather, gave Bali an eternal garland of flowers. Wow. You know, you wear a garland. After one day, you have to throw. Eternal garland of flowers. And Shukracharya gave him a kanchal. Bali Maharaj, after offering obeisances to Prahlad, the Brahmins, and his spiritual master, Shukracharya equipped himself to fight with Indra and went to Indrapuri with his soldiers. So, notice, Bali offered obeisances to his grandfather. Prahlad was his grandfather. He offered obeisances to Brahmins and to spiritual master. So we should keep in mind, when we enter the temple, we offer obeisances to Krishna, we offer obeisances to Guru. Blowing his kanchal, he attacked the outskirts of Indra's kingdom. When Indra saw Bali Maharaj's prowess, Indra went to his own spiritual master, Brihaspati, and told him about Bali's strength and inquired about his duty. Brihaspati is also mentioned in that 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. He also represents one of Krishna's vibhutis. Brihaspati told him about Bali's strength and inquired about his duty. Brihaspati informed the demigods that because Bali had been endowed with extraordinary power by the Brahmins, the demigods could not fight with him. So Prabhupada mentions, when you get blessings of Brahmins and sadhus, that makes up for any kind of deficiencies you have. Here is the demons, but they've gotten the blessings of the descendants of Bhrigu Muni. So by those blessings, they have become more powerful than the demigods. So you all know, take the blessings of Brahmins, sadhus, devotees, because that will give you, as it says here, extraordinary power. And that is why Prabhupada instituted Guru Puja in his temples. Prabhupada instituted that so that the devotees would get enlivened, encouraged, and empowered. Here is my good friend. Whenever he sees me, he asks me to bless him so that he can do amazing Sankirtan. Krishna Kumar, look who has come. We are very happy. We welcome all of you to this Bhagavad-katha. Everybody say Hari Bol. So take the blessings, because that will empower you. Let's continue. Indeed, there was no alternative. Under the circumstances, Brihaspati advised the demigods to leave the heavenly planets and keep themselves somewhere invisible. The demigods followed his orders, and Bali Maharaj, along with his associates, gained the entire kingdom of Indra. Wow. The demons have taken over. The demigods followed his orders, and Bali Maharaj, along with his associates, gained the entire kingdom of Indra. The descendants of Bhrigu Muni, being very affectionate toward their disciple Bali Maharaj, engaged in performing 100 Ashvamedha Yagyas, horse sacrifice. Why? Here's why. Indra is famous for doing 100 horse sacrifices. So the Brahmin descendants of Bhrigu told Bali, you want to sit now on the throne of Indra? You also have to do 100 horse sacrifices. We'll help you with that, because you now have to be qualified to sit on the throne of Indra. In this way, Bali enjoyed the opulences of the heavenly planets. Now, one thing to keep in mind. Who is Bali Maharaj's grandfather? Prahlad. Is Prahlad an exalted devotee? So in the same way, Bali Maharaj is also an exalted devotee, but he has to play the role of being king of the demons. Just like at the end, before Nisringadev disappeared, Nisringadev told Prahlad, you have to now rule the Daityas, the demons. Don't worry, I will protect you. So Prahlad still had to act as the king of the demons. So Bali Maharaj's grandson Bali, in his heart, he's a devotee. But externally, he has to act as the king of the demons. So keep that in mind, because it's going to help you to understand what takes place in the remaining chapters. Everybody chant the Maha Mantra.